This is Meteorologist Matthew East, and thanks for clicking on to today's edition of the Carolina weather video, and a lot to talk about in a pretty fun pattern that we're heading into. First of all, snow today up in the North Carolina mountains. That's a look early this morning from Charlie's beach camera up in Beach Mountain, North Carolina. Snow flying, and I think there'll be a pretty good amount of snow up that way. That's a look at the radar here from the 5 o'clock hour. Not very impressive right now, but of course the radar never looks overly impressive when you're looking up in the mountains. But up in the Virginias, there's your snow flying. Also some lake effect snow in New York and some snow up in Maine. Now for the North Carolina mountains, this is generally a 2 to 5 inch snowfall. Some localized spots might see a little bit more than that, but certainly a good upslope snow event. And here in the Piedmont today, we could see a few passing snow showers or rain showers. That's not going to be a big deal. The mountains will wring out most of the moisture with this disturbance pressing on through. That's 7 o'clock this evening. That disturbance moves off the coast. Cold night tonight. Our lows down into the 20s, and sunny all day tomorrow, but a cool day. Most of our high temperatures in the upper side of the 50s to maybe some low upper side of the 40s rather tomorrow, to maybe some lower 50s. So a cool, sunny Friday on the way. All right, then we get into today, Saturday. Our next cold front approaching from the west, and looks like we're going to have to ramp up the rain chances Saturday. That's 7 a.m. That is 1 p.m. The rain pressing into the Piedmont by that point in time. And finally, there is 1 a.m. as that front presses on through. So it looks like we're going to have to mention the chance, at least, for some rain during the Panthers game Saturday evening. And I think most of us, at least at this point, have a pretty good shot of seeing some rain later in the day on Saturday. That's out of the way for Sunday. Sunday's a quiet weather day. And then the fun and games begin next week. And let me say, the GFS and the European are not in great agreement overall with the details, but certainly the screaming idea here is I think the next 2 weeks are going to feature a lot of cold air, probably some very, very cold air somewhere in there. The GFS wants to bring down a very big blast of cold air by the middle of the week. This is the 60 GFS, 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Tuesday. And it develops a little clipper low and brings some snow down into North Carolina. I don't really necessarily think that exact scenario is correct, but as the Arctic air pours into the area next week, we could see occasionally some systems that bring some light snow, but the European model is the model of choice for snow lovers. And let me show you the European. This is valid 7 in the evening on Thursday, and while it doesn't look overly impressive here on this specific chart, believe it or not, the European brings a very, very significant snowstorm to the southeastern part of the country. In fact, I mean, taken verbatim, we're talking over a foot of snow in portions of the Carolinas off of the latest run of the European. Now, will that'd be next Thursday into Friday. Now, is that exact scenario going to unfold like that? Probably not, but I do think the potential is there for a decent shot of wintry precip sometime over the next 10 days, especially in that Thursday to Friday time frame. Really, if you're looking at the models, things are kind of where you would like to see them if you're looking for snow. The GFS has that system Thursday to Friday suppressed mainly off to our south, whereas the European has it giving us some very, very heavy snow. And really, that would be where you want to see things. A lot of times the GFS trends north and west with systems with time, while the European does not. So again, we're watching the potential for that system toward the end of next week. All right, that is it for today's edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Everyone have a wonderful Thursday, and God bless.